Good. Mic check.
Mic check. We good.
Do I have to talk to him?
Yeah, the more you talking to it, the better it sounds.
Okay,
But you ain't
cool.
gotta be like, yes,
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that.
All right. More to Music City, the podcast. I am your host, J. Paul.
I'm SOS.
And we have
Jadon Richmond.
Jadon Richmond,
Tell us a little bit about you, man. Where you
coach
from?
extraordinaire, scholar.
From Johnson City, Tennessee, but grew up in Cookeville. Moved here in 2009. Been playing basketball ever since I could dribble, really. About 3 years old, to be real.
So
Okay.
that's your thing, basketball.
Yeah, basketball in school.
So
Okay.
What kind of schooling do you have?
I just graduated from Tech, secondary education. In my master's right now. Got 2 more semesters left and I'll be done. And I'll have my master's in special education.
What's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's that field that everybody act like they scared to go into. So I respect that off top.
There's just not a lot of minorities in that field, and whenever I was young, I always stuck to my black teachers in school because they always made you feel welcome. So I wanted to do that for the other kids. You know what I mean?
I feel you. That's what's up.
So we got you here for your coaching. Tell us a little bit about your coaching, where you coaching at.
I'm coaching at Prescott Middle School right now, Prescott South, right down the road in Cookeville. Right now, I've been the assistant coach for the past 2 years, but this year I got the head coaching job. And
What grades are you coaching?
For 5th and 6th grade.
Okay.
I coach with D Prince. He's the head coach of the varsity. But man, we're just trying to really get the season rolled out. We've won 3 games of 5th grade, and our 6th grade just got our first win against Warren County. So I'm excited about it.
All right. So what's it like? Compared to
Even before we get into that, let's get into a little bit more about you. So did you play ball? Where'd you play?
I played at Cookeville High School. I played 3 years varsity. Our freshman year, we went undefeated. Won the district underneath Coach Hurd. He's the head coach of the Cookeville High School right now. I was all district, all region, all Upper Cumberland, number 70 in the state in 2015. And prep hoops. Yeah, so I was okay.
it was okay.
So when you play ball, what was your strong points and
I really felt like I could shoot really good, of course. That was one thing I like to do. But as I got older, I realized you couldn't just sit there and wait and shoot the ball every time. So I don't know. I would say shooting is my strong point, but I would say I got really everything else handles that type of stuff. But I like to just be the kind of the mind, the mental stability on the team. Hey guys, it don't matter what's going on over this. Let's focus on this type of stuff.
Okay.
Try to be a leader.
Did your IQ did that help with coaching?
Yes, I feel like that helps so much in coaching because I had some pretty good coaches.
Uh-huh.
So being a player, having that experience as a player, I feel like that helps me in coaching a lot more because I can relate with my players a lot more.
Because you did what they're doing.
Yes, exactly, 100%.
But is it a different time though?
I'd say it is a little different.
I say that first off, is it a different time? Because I'm okay. Well, so you played in a different era than we played.
Yeah.
Insane. So I'm looking at it
played in this era.
Right,
Yeah.
but I'm
you were fairly new to coaching. You just come from playing basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm saying at some point, now Steph Curry has made every kid think that they can. How do you check that?
Basketball, you gotta be if you're gonna progress any level going up, you have to be able to score at that next level.
Yeah.
So that's a 3rd level. He's a 3-level scorer. He just does that very efficiently. He's mad efficient. Not every kid can do that though.
But they don't think they don't realize that right now.
Yes. So
they just see him doing it on TV
and that's my thing. If I was a shooter, Coach Bob would always tell us that Bob Dawson, if you're going to shoot, your first shot on the court should never be a 3-pointer. It should always be somewhere within 5 feet in the goal because you have to see it go in. You have to see the ball go in before you can actually do that. Okay. And that's what I try to teach kids now. shooting's all mental. It's an all mental thing. If you shoot it the first time and it don't go in, you have to know it's going to go in the next time. And that's something that, like, I think Steph Curry has. He has that mentality. He sits there and shoots how many shots a day?
200
like,
at a time.
Yeah, like 700.
Every time he goes out to shoot.
Yeah. When I was doing drills, I would sit there and I'd have to make 700 out of this much before I left the gym. Like, I just don't know how many kids have that they want to go
right.
and just, you know, take that time to do that. You know, that's what it really takes to be Steph Curry. Like that type of stuff to me. You know, I agree.
Yep. So like you coach like smaller kids, like 5th and 6th grade. So like, what is, like, I know it's probably, I mean, what's the funnest thing that, as far as coaching these kids is,
man,
for you?
The kids
like,
themselves.
Where do you get the fun from it?
The kids themselves, because they're just funny. They'll say the most outrageous stuff. They're hilarious. But really, just like seeing them develop as like kids and like growing up into like 8th grade, because you have them in 5th grade. They're so small, and I have some kids now that are in 8th grade. I'm like, man, it's just so crazy seeing that and seeing how their skills progress and just seeing how they become just better people.
But you being the laid back, you know what I'm saying, Coach Richmond.
Phil Jackson.
How do you snap and go into coach mode? You know, it's not a joke no more. Practice is serious. I mean,
man, in practice, that's what I try to I have to let everybody know, because I am a really laid back person in general.
Exactly.
Like,
so
whenever it becomes like coach mode, you change your tone of voice. You like let them know you have these expectations from the first day, and if they're not going with it, then hey, we're getting on the line, we're running. And then I'm gonna let y'all know, like, I don't try to discipline, just straight discipline. There's always a reason behind why I discipline, and there's always like a lesson to be learned from that. So I got you. Like there's a lesson that could be learned, and then I let them know, hey, not every coach is like me. You're gonna have another coach that might not. Right. You know what I mean?
But see,
you know.
But see, you also coaching with the mindset of, I'm getting you ready for the next level.
Next level.
So
yes.
I can't be just easy on you, because it's gonna get harder as the levels go up.
Yes, 100%. That's why I just hold them to a higher standard than they probably hold themselves to. You know.
Any like academic standards, like as far as being just students in the school?
That's what I tell
Coach
them.
Carter on them.
That's what I tell them. You are a student athlete. Student comes first before athlete. So like with me in my situation, I had to take school and very, very serious whenever I was in high school, because
your mama didn't play.
Did not play. I had 1 C. I'll never forget. I had 1 C, and
we ain't see that. Like, we ain't see that no more, did we?
Nope. I was like, what do you mean? Everybody else had a C in the class. She's like, I don't care. You know, just stuff like that. So like holding me to a higher expectation, higher standard, and like the schooling is what got me through. You know what I mean? Because basketball,
where you're at now.
Yeah, schooling is what's got me through to be where I'm at right now. That type of stuff. And I took my basketball lessons, like, just like, because Coach Eddie would always say, I'm going to teach you about life more than basketball, that type of stuff. Took that into school and just ran with it, you know?
Who's your favorite coaches, or some of the influential coaches you had coming up?
Buzzy Love, he's from Johnson City. I just went to all of his basketball camps all the time as a kid. His nephews, Rob Love, Shane Williams, Damon Johnson, all of them played for the 1990, the 94 Science Hill basketball teams at one state, and then they also went on to play for UT, played for the Vols, played overseas. So they were all those camps teaching me as a kid, just fundamentals and stuff, and that was really influential. Then when I moved here, we had Coach Bob. And Coach Bob was the man, Dr. Dude. He's the one that taught me. Yeah, he's the one that taught me everything, man. Not gonna lie.
My next question is, out of all the coaches that you've had and everything you've been through, give me a quote that a coach has said to you that has stuck to you the most out of everything.
Coach Bray, Kevin Bray at Cookeville High School, he says, he like go to the board, he always have these weird stuff he have to say, weird stories and stuff. He's an awesome guy, but he would come to the board, he'd write a line, and then he'd write a line like that, and write a line like that, and make an arrow. And he said, you're either getting better, or you're getting worse. You never stay the same. And that was one thing that always stuck with me. Like I always think about that, because he's like, if we're out here are you getting better or are you getting worse? Like, that's with anything in life. Like, what are you doing? Are you getting better or are you getting worse?
See,
Yeah.
I had a running back coach in high school, and a quote that he told us that always stuck with me. He was like, you know, it was part of life. You know, as a running back, he just told us, never let one man bring you down.
Yup. Man, yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yes.
See, that was
Yes. And it's, you know, like coaches like that, they're very influential. You know what I mean? I just want to try to be like that.
See, I didn't have no coaches. I didn't have no coaches to influence me like that. They talk, and it would just be like, wah, 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 wah. So I didn't learn about life lessons and stuff like that from no coach. That wasn't me.
what Dre teach you then, man?
Yeah, see, he taught me everything I need to know in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
He was
weird.
like, this is how you write a bar. And then this is how you spit it. You memorize it before you spit it on the CD. Well, it was cassette back then, but
That's weird.
So what's the ultimate goal? What's the ultimate coaching level that you would like to get to, or
Man, right
Or-
now.
like, what is the ultimate goal for you?
Coaching, man, I would really like to be like an NBA like scout or something like that, like to be able to.
You wouldn't even want to coach at that level?
Well, it'd be awesome to like coach, but like kind of like how Eric Spoelstra did. He got into
Yeah.
his like videographer role, and then he got to be a part of the team to see how everything works. And then Pat Riley gave him that chance to really just get out there. Like Nick Nurse, he had his one chance and he won an NBA championship like that. I just feel like basketball right now is a very global game, and you can learn a lot of things. Like I watch a lot of like European basketball right now. I watch a lot of FIBA, and I try to watch that because I think that they develop their players a lot better than the United States develops right now. And man, I would just like to be a part of like the global game. I could even see myself coaching in like Germany or something like that. You know what I mean? Just trying to become.
Why you say Germany? Because you speak a little German?
A little bit. But no, I'm just more, familiar with Germany. To be real. I would like to go over there.
So eventually you want to make it to
like a higher
the ultimate coaching level.
Be like a head coach of some professional organization.
That's scouting. That sounds like a cool job. I mean, coming from you, because I'm like, I know you know your art and what you would be looking for. But that sounds real cool, man. If you could.
It sounds. It's.
What about even a college scout or?
Yeah, like college scouts or anything. Just being able to put my stamp on something involved with basketball. I would like to have after I'm done coaching everything, when everything closes, I'd like to have some type of like gym where it's nothing but basketball. You know what I mean? Like where it's a training facility, some sort in the area for kids to come to.
So you would do something like that for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, back to that. I live in Nashville right now, and Nashville don't have a whole lot of places that's just crazy. Dedicated. So I know Cookeville don't have places that's just dedicated for that.
Exactly.
So, and I'm like,
Knoxville, I know a lot of kids in Knoxville that do, and like, BJ Edwards and all them in Knoxville right now, they're at that national level. I feel like Cookeville has enough kids that are at that skill set that they could be.
But guess what?
You know what I mean?
If you had that facility, where would your skill set go to?
Exactly.
So
whether being able to do that in a safe environment, you know what I mean, or it's like monitored every day, like that type of stuff.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, but all facilities like that can get you ready for D1 doesn't have to have some celebrity stamp on it.
Exactly.
It just has to be there.
It has to be there. That's the one thing. 100%. I agree with that too. And I don't want it to get misconstrued as trying to take people's money or anything. So that's why I just want to wait until I'm done with coaching and everything
well,
that.
See,
and have a rep behind me.
That's kind of the cool thing that I've noticed about the whole interview and everything we've asked you. Everything that you said that you do or you want to do, it was just out of the love of it. Yeah. You never once said for the money of it because it makes a lot of money. So that's commendable, man.
I appreciate that.
That's commendable.
I appreciate that. Teachers don't make a lot of money, so.
Man, hey, what they said right now, we don't need to be firing no teachers or nurses now.
So you're a teacher in real life?
Yep, I teach. I teach at Cookeville High School. It's nice, man. It's stressful, but shoot, it's my second year teaching, so I feel like I've learned a lot from the first year, and this year I feel a lot more prepared. Whole lot.
What grades do you teach?
I have ninth grade right now.
Ooh.
I got algebra, and then I have a 10th grade class, or it's like.
So I mean,
integrated
you teaching ninth grade. I'm like, you fairly young.
Man.
What subjects do you teach?
I teach math right now.
Okay.
I like it though. Like, I never thought I'd teach math. Like, I went to college, so I would have to take the least amount of math classes ever.
And now you're teaching.
Teaching it.
Yep, and now I'm teaching it. But it's also, I think it's like a challenge to me, so I got to teach myself and teach them. So I like it, man. It's fun.
That's what's up.
It's real fun.
Hey, I love seeing our young, minority teachers out there, man. We need them, man. Teachers, like you say, teachers don't make what they should make. I'll be the first to say that, man.
Teacher is like a parent.
Because I mean, in all honesty, it's different from when we went to school as compared now. Because I'm like, when we went to school, it was like you didn't want your parent called to the school. That was like when our parents came to the school, they got an ass, not the teacher's ass.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I'm like, so.
Now they probably just send out an email and
Yep.
send a voicemail to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then not
It's
only
all
that,
this
I'm
stuff.
like, if your mom or pops got called up to the school and you got, yanked up or pulled
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
wasn't nobody calling nobody or no
Oh, yeah.
protective services
You
or
can't do
none of
that.
that, man.
Can't do that no more, man.
You can't even tell your kid you're gonna get it when you get home.
Yeah.
You're gonna get home and the police gonna be waiting.
Yep.
Hey, y'all heard that? He gonna beat me when I get home.
Literally,
I'm like,
man. Literally.
Hey, my parents would be doing some time in prison these days if
Right.
they was parenting in today's times, man. They
So like when with the coaching thing, so like what part of y'all season y'all at now? Y'all still at the beginning of the season?
Still at the beginning of the season. We haven't even had our first county game yet because we just switched like districts. Now middle school is kind of like how high school is. Now we have like regions, districts, that type of stuff. So now we're in like a district. It's us, Prescott. Then we have Upperman, Every Trace, All Good, and Sparta.
So as fifth graders, what's like the furthest that y'all travel for games?
I think we're gonna go to somewhere in Rutherford County and play a Franklin team. I don't know what their name is, but we have them on the schedule later, and I'm excited about that because it's gonna give the kids. I remember our first time going to Nashville or any other big school when we were in fifth grade, and we'd get waxed by like 40. Then we'd be like, oh my gosh! But then like.
It made you want to step
It
up.
made you,
It really makes you want
Yeah.
to step up because, like, I remember Coach Eddie would always say, or Coach Bob, literally they put your pants on just like y'all, 1 foot at a time. They don't just set them in the corner and jump.
They
in.
don't
You know what
possess
I'm
any
saying?
kind of superpowers or nothing.
Nothing. They are beatable. So, like, really, like, 7th grade, 8th grade, that's when we started, like, beating really, really good travel teams, beating really, really, like, Nashville Celtics, a lot of nationally ranked teams and stuff like that. That's when we started doing our stuff in travel ball. Travel ball. was
Did
when
y'all
we
ever
really
play that
got to
team
do
in
that.
Nashville, the WACG?
That was that I played in like before all these new EYBL and like travel ball teams. Like I feel like my year was like that weird transition, like when they started switching to that,
Like being like
yeah, just a lot
Big,
of
big.
like big. Because my senior year was when they built that Rocky Top Sportsplex. That wasn't a thing till then. So that's when like Big Shots and all them in North Carolina started coming to Knox area. Started Rick Lewis and all them started doing the big like write-ups and having all that stuff. Because
the big
before,
tournaments and stuff like that.
right before it was just Tennessee Prep Hoops and Andre Whitehead and them doing all that stuff. Because I played with Tiger Campbell, the UCLA point guard. He was on my fall league team. I had
So was-
a lot of people, man. A lot of people.
Was college ball like not a dream for you, or was you?
No, it definitely was, man. It definitely was. I had an offer and like committed verbally and was gonna go to Bryan College, a little NAIA school in Dayton, but then, man, just financial situations happened. Played up with their travel ball team and everything. Went to all the practices during the summer and everything, but then just never really got to go to school or anything like that because it was just a lot of money to go to school. So then
Trust me,
Yeah, so then I went to
I know
Tech,
that part.
and then tried to walk on at Tech, but they like already had enough walk-on spots taken at the time. So then I was just like, man, I guess it's just school. You know, I was like, I guess it's just school. So then I just started going to school, man.
But I mean, you
I
seem
still
happy
play.
where you,
Yeah,
you
I
still
still
seem
play
happy
all
where
the
you at,
time,
and I
I
mean,
coach and stuff like that. And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't feel like I really have much to prove in the basketball aspects. I know like a lot. I feel like I could do that better in coaching because that's like a lot more. I feel like that's more challenging because you gotta get 20 people
right.
on one accord.
15 kids.
Yeah, rather than
Yeah.
me just doing on one thing. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm doing now.
so you still your skills still intact.
Yeah, they definitely are. I got a couple like.
Any leagues you play in, or
Yeah, I played in some men's leagues and stuff like that. I got this one like I guess like the PBL, like the Professional Basketball League. They have a team in Cincinnati that's asking me to come try out for them. So I think I'm gonna try out, try to play, just see what I can do. To be real, that'd be cool.
hey, the semi-pro basketball is a lot,
So,
less riskier than
yeah.
the semi-pro football.
Exactly. So I was just like, I might as well just go play some like actual competitive men's league, instead of like at the rec or something like that. At least get 2 games a month. Just go down there and play.
Man,
I feel like that'd be
when
fun.
you do it for the fun of it, I
Yeah.
mean, that makes it.
I feel like that'd be super fun, man. I feel like it'd be super fun.
But that's cool. So you're trying to
So-
translate this knowledge into these young kids now, and
So what's y'all's goal for this year?
Our goal this year is to try to win the county, and 5th grade we don't have a state tournament for 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
6th grade we actually go to state tournament. So 6th grade, I feel like my 6th grade team, we're coming together first because now 6th graders can play football. So we didn't have the whole team together until this last Thursday. So this last Thursday we came out, we scored like 50 points or so. That's like the highest we scored like right before that. Yeah, because we got everybody back. So I feel like this year we could make a run in state and compete with like Mount Juliet. Mount Juliet's going to be the one person that we have to beat in state.
quick question: when you coaching like 5th and 6th graders, right? You do. I mean, we realize like at this age, they are not going to be the same person that they are 5 years from now. So
Yep.
how do you coach a big man in the 5th grade to keep him from being one-dimensional?
100%. Well,
Let's say this big man he stopped growing and he's a guard now.
that's the thing with like youth basketball as a whole. Like a lot of people coach to win. Of course, I want to win. You know what I mean? Like, I 100% would like to win, but I feel like if you do it in the correct way, then the winning will come.
Right.
As long as I'm teaching them how to screen, how to catch the ball. A lot of footwork is a lot of things at that age that they don't understand, and just being able to dribble past somebody without having to travel, or actually setting a good screen without it being an illegal screen. How to move without the ball instead of just having a stationary play.
Instead of camping
So
out at
I
the
don't
three.
really have set plays. I don't have quick hitters or anything. I give them a continuity offense, so they're always moving. They're always in this, like they're setting each other up to score. They're not just worried about one ball handler. I gotta do it all. That type of stuff. So when they go to the next level, I've already been doing this at middle school. I'll be able to do this. So like I really don't like because I have a lot of kids that are big. But I always try to teach
Big for 5th and 6th grade.
Yeah, big.
Right.
Yeah, big for 5th and 6th grade. But I'm like, I don't know what this kid's gonna be whenever I get him in 8th grade. So I wouldn't want to do that to my 8th grade coach. I'm gonna go ahead and develop I put everybody through the same drills, guard drills, post drills, everything.
So you just don't have the sectionals with it. These certain kids is doing the big man drills there.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta be able to. I just always tell them you gotta be able to do 3 things to play for me: shoot, pass, and dribble. You gotta be able to do those 3 things. As long as you can do those 3 things, you'll be able to play. It don't matter what size you are or.
Right. That's fundamental.
Sometimes
See, that sound like something you was taught from one of your coaches.
Yeah.
See,
A lot.
That's the fundamentals.
do you
a lot of people
feel
might think it's
do you
weird.
feel a lot of your coaches coming out of you as your coach?
Man, yeah, like Coach Hurd, Josh Hurd at the high school. That was like the one like coach at the high school level that I had. That was just like different. He was just like a different coach. He just brought a different energy, like a whole different vibe to basketball. And he's like, look,
But
You
it
just
made
gotta be a
kids
dog
want to
out
play
there.
for him, didn't it?
Yes, and it just made you want to play for him. It made you want to play harder. And then like I was just like, man, that's crazy. Like we just waxed this team by 20. We had no business doing that, but we would just come out there and just destroy him. And he just had a very simple, effective way of playing. He didn't have any fancy plays or nothing. We just literally played man-to-man defense. But he taught us how to play with help side. That way,
Communicate.
and we talk to each other. That way, if someone gets beat, we know how to rotate and switch and get to the next person. And then we just have a simple offense. We'd have a 3-out, 2-in, or a 4-out, 1-in. And it's very simple because we had John Payne in the middle. He's like 6'6", and as a freshman. Then we had Solon and me in the corner. Solon and Will would just drive past each other, dish out to me for a 3, or then it'd go right into John. And that's like literally all we did all year.
It sounded like y'all played a lot of ball together.
We did. We played.
So that chemistry helped, didn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. It definitely
See,
did.
kids don't realize that chemistry, man. It ain't just about at practice playing together,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Go play
now.
some pickup games together.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do now. Is just kind of build a little like a brotherhood, I guess. Like try to have some like team movie nights or stuff like that where we're all hanging out and doing something cool, and getting a laugh and enjoy each other's time, that type of stuff.
Okay, we good. So
Cool.
at the end, I always kind of try to conclude my interviews with these few questions. If you could take your coaching skills on the road anywhere, what's another state you like to be in, or is Tennessee where you want to be, or?
I feel like Tennessee is where I'd like to be because, man, it's just so slept on in a way. It's a very important state, and well, I'm just a history major, history buff. It has a lot of history stuff that I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate. Just so much. Nashville, Chattanooga, the whole Johnson City area, because that was like one of the first founded areas of like Tennessee, and I really don't know like where I'd go in Tennessee if I'd stay here in Cookeville or go to like more towards Chattanooga or like Clarksville, that area. But I definitely would still say I'd probably stay in Tennessee to be real.
Hey man, Nashville and Memphis need you too, man.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot of teachers that are in Memphis, and they always be asking me to come out there. But I just don't know. I'm just trying to see, after I graduate, where it takes me. But if not, North Carolina, to be real, because it's right next to us.
Yeah.
So I can see myself in North Carolina. I can see myself there.
So I always ask at the end of interviews, what else you into besides coaching and basketball?
Man, I'm into drawing, like art, that type of stuff. I'm really into music.
You go to a lot of concerts?
Go to a lot of concerts. I'm into all types of music, really. I really like going to like Isaiah Rashad. I like seeing those types of concerts. But then I also like going to like those indie concerts with like the Midwest like bands that no one would really know. You know what I mean? I always just like any type of music I can.
He asked you what you like to do other than coach in basketball. Why you ain't mentioned travel, man? Because I done seen some trips too.
Yeah,
man.
I was gonna say I like to travel. I got a lot of interests, man. I like a lot of stuff. I like to travel whenever I do get the chances to. I've been to Germany. That was a really nice trip. It was super fun, man. I definitely am gonna see myself going out there again with after COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's definitely over, but man, I just try to, stay to myself, learn as much about basketball as I can. If I'm not really teaching or that, I'm watching some type of videos. This guy named Drew Hanlon, he's an awesome trainer. He's on social media and stuff. He has this app. It's called like Pure Sweat, and kids. That's why I tell all of my kids to get his app, because he gives you like little quick workouts that you can do within like 20 minutes and stuff, or he'll give you like certain things to give you, and you can track your progress and that type of stuff. So whenever I'm not doing that, I'm just trying to educate myself on whatever I'm interested in the day, to be real.
Getting that lesson plan ready for next week.
Yeah. I'm just mainly just reading some books, or I really like to read, man. I read a lot of books, to be real. That's probably what I have been doing a lot more. Been reading a lot of books about like ancient Rome and just weird stuff like that.
So we pretty much at the end of this interview. Anything you want to tell people that are hearing about you for the first time, or anything you want them to know about you? Or?
Man, not really anything about me. Go follow my cousin Kareem Liddell on Spotify. He's a super talented musician. Music runs in the fam, so you definitely should check him out.
What's that name again?
Kareem Liddell.
Kareem Liddell.
Yep.
How do you spell that?
L-E-D-E.
He's not your cousin, man. It's not your cousin.
I mean, not. You know, hey, because you just don't have the name Liddell, and there not be, you know.
True. That is true.
No, it's not spelled like that.
Hey, you gotta check though, man. Okay.
Anything, nothing really else except for
Come watch some of your games.
just come and watch some of the games at Prescott South, and then at Cookeville High School too. Come and support us, because this year Cookeville should be pretty solid, man. I'm definitely looking forward to big things. I'm looking forward to huge things.
Yeah, I heard some good news about the high school team this year. So
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be super good.
What you doing over there?
I'll be helping out a little bit, assistant coaching over there this year.
That's cool.
So I'm super excited about it.
That's what's up.
all right, well, more to Music City. Once again, I am J. Paul.
I'm SOS.
Jadon Richmond.
All right.
All right.
Hey, I appreciate it.
We back. We just completed another episode, man.
That's
We
the
got
recap.
Coach Jadon Richmond. You know,
Yeah. We just did that interview, and I was interviewing like that wasn't my child. You know what I'm saying? But it is.
hey,
what
but
it
you
is.
had to ask the questions that people you knew the answers,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the people want to know, man.
Yeah, this is how you gotta do it, man. This is journalism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I gotta.
This is what we do.
That's what we do, man.
This is what we do.
So yeah, hey, young man doing his thing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know, to be so young and go from playing to college and to coaching so quick.
Just that quick. It's like what, 5-6 year.
Yeah.
You graduated in what, 2015, and it's 2021. Y'all do the math.
And he's been coaching for a couple years.
Yeah.
And teaching for a couple years. That's crazy.
How many? He's close to finishing his master's, right?
Yep. That's a good interview.
In special education. That's that.
It's a good interview. He had a lot of good insight, and he's got good memory. Because, like, my memory's so bad, I couldn't remember, you know, what coaches I had and who was nice and who was not nice. I couldn't tell you none of that because my memory's so bad.
Man, what none of your coaches nice to you, man? You just look like you just like you gave your coaches.
I did. I gave him hell. It's like, hey, we don't need this guy on the team. It's like Dennis Rodman. We don't need him on the team. He's good, but let's get rid of him. He's trouble. But yeah, it is what it is, man. This is journalism. More than Music City, the podcast recap.
So yeah. What's up, man?
What you been into, man? Been vacationing. I see you been vacationing.
A little bit, man. You know, a little bit. It's different vacationing now. You know, we got
Wow.
the oldest one. You know, Jamari, he gone, so it's just the girls.
What he doing? He in college?
Yeah, he's at UT. Studying. He's School of Kinesiology.
Okay, I don't even know what that is. But
Man, it's like this school, sports medicine, sports management, a lot of different things fall under the School of Kinesiology. So yeah, we did that. It was cool, man. Hey, Florida weather ain't for me, man. I can do Florida in September, October, but Florida in May, June, July,
it's just
that ain't for me, man.
it's too hot.
Man, yeah,
You get out the car and start sweating.
man, make you mad type hot.
Yeah, I already know.
Hey, take me in summertime. Take me back. You know.
That's why we go every December. We hit Florida in December.
Yeah.
We hit Florida in December, and I still feel like it's hot. Like in the daytime, I gotta wear shorts and like tank tops down there. But t-shirts good. But at night, then you gotta put on like your joggers or something like that.
Yeah. So man, y'all got Y'all got a student, man. Y'all got a kid, man. That's Malachi. He playing football out of Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
Y'all done made that trip from Tennessee to Nebraska a few times,
Multiple
right?
times. Just to do it. We gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm like, how many hours is that?
That's 12 hours in the car, pretty much.
12 hours. Ooh.
You go through like multiple states. You go through Tennessee.
Hey, do y'all soldier it out, or y'all hit so many hours and get a hotel and chill, or?
No, I mean we could do it all the way through, but you know we these kind of like our little trips too. You know what I'm saying? So we like sometimes we stop in St. Louis and stay the night and hang out and stuff, and go to see the arch and you know stuff like that.
Got some of them St. Louis ribs yet?
No, I'm not big on the St. Louis ribs. That's not my thing. I'm not really a big rib person. I cook them when I have to, and I'm good at that. But when I go to restaurants, I don't like
what they big on out there in Nebraska, man. What's the
corn? Man, the whole like once you hit Nebraska, you just see corn, man. It's just corn everywhere, miles and miles and miles of corn.
I mean,
corn.
So you be going to these restaurants and they be having corn prepared all these different ways
man,
for
it's
you.
Just corn. Nebraska is nothing but corn. That's all you see.
Is it flat, hills, any of that?
It's flat, but it's just corn. All you see is corn. It's just cornfields. It's just you might be riding for like 7 miles, and it's just one person's cornfield. You know, and it's just ridiculous. It's just corn everywhere. You get on a road going to the left, cornfields on the left and the right, all the way till you turn to the left. You turn to the left, cornfields, left and right, all the way.
So if you gotta stop, you gotta stop and get some directions. They'd be like, go to the third cornfield.
They probably should. It's just that much corn, man. But we go through a lot of places that's pretty cool.
For
real. You know what I'm
real.
saying? We go through Kansas City. We go through a little small part of Illinois. We go through.
What about the Kansas City ribs, man? You ain't tried none of them, man?
Nah, man, I'm good, man.
I bet you had a hamburger, didn't you?
Oh, I eat a hamburger everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. But just be traveling, man. Just gotta do what we gotta do. Go see this boy play some football.
I feel, hey, that's what parents do, man. That's
you know,
that's a mean ride too. But I mean, it
is what it is.
But you done it a few times now, so I guess.
And I like to drive and ride, so
it ain't as bad as it was the first time.
None of them's been bad because
we moved Jamari into college, and 2.5, 3 hour ride.
That was enough.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, he a drive away, not a plane ticket away. That helps, man. Hey, but in all honesty, he was really considering at one point going out to like Grand Canyon University, and even the University of Arizona had made him an offer. So man, he was like thinking hard about it, and I'm like,
it is what it is, man. Sometimes you gotta let your kids fly and be free. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they get their best life lessons. Oh yeah, he free in Knoxville. He free in Knoxville because y'all not right there. So.
And that campus is so big, man. It's like a whole nother city within a city, man. Mm-hmm. They almost don't have to leave campus for nothing, but every so often they want to
go get in the city.
Yeah. But I'm like, that's the thing about it, though. I'm like, the city of Knoxville
is mellow.
It's mellow. But I'm like, he was raised in Nashville, so
Knoxville is mellow to him.
Knoxville is mellow to him, right. Knoxville got some history and some places.
But it ain't busy like.
But it's not busy like Nashville, so it's. I don't worry about them as much for that reason.
You don't worry about your kids because you know how you raise your kids. You raise good kids, so.
That's why, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's easy for our kids to go somewhere as compared to like probably some other parents who had kids like us. You know what I'm saying?
Man, key thing is let these kids make them mistakes, man.
Yeah.
They gonna make them. Hell, we gonna make some more. So.
You're right.
But yeah, let them make them, man.
We had a good episode today.
Yeah, man.
It's that Music City, more than Music City, wrap up, recap,
Coach Jadon. Y'all gonna see more of him, man. I got a feeling, when he said the recruiter, I can see him doing that, man. That's him right there. Because he'll be the one in the stand sitting there watching somebody and nobody even know that he's the recruiter. He'll be there into the game and everything. And he'll be watching the game on another level and point out something about a certain player that nobody was even looking at. So the sports world, they need him.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this up, man. I'm J. Paul.
I'm SOS. This is More Than Music City, the podcast. We appreciate y'all for coming out for another episode. Thank you.
Hey, once again, like, subscribe. More Than Music City, the podcast
Share.
on YouTube. Share.
All of that. We got the YouTube channel, the More Than Music City YouTube channel. And then, you know, our Facebooks. We'll post stuff from time to time.
I am the real J. Paul. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. I'm Stress Soldier on Instagram.
We out, man.
Yeah. We out of here.
All right.
All right.